Hello and happy Tuesday from this Tuesday baby at Radically Rational and radicallyrational.com. Yesterday, I promised you some Houston Texans stuff. Okay, here is some Houston Texans stuff. CJ Stroud has no obvious weaknesses. And I don't mean to damn him with faint praise. He is a wonderful athlete. He laid down some great tape at Ohio State and then followed that up with stellar passing performances at both the Combine and his personal pro day. The Texans hope he is their quarterback for the next dozen years or so, and there is reason to be optimistic about that. But here's the thing, drafting a quarterback, especially with one of the 5 top picks, is always a little bit of a crapshoot. Yeah, you can go boom, but you can go bust as well. I'm not predicting that, but you just really can't count on a highly drafted quarterback to be a perpetual superstar. If you want to look at that as an investment, it's kind of a risky stock. But here's the beauty thing about the Texans. They balance their portfolio with an investment that is bound to have a tremendous ROI. And I'm talking about former Alabama edge rusher Will Anderson Jr. That guy is about as close to can't miss as anybody I could possibly think of. Watch his bend as he comes around the edge. And the other thing, have you seen and heard the way the young man handles himself? He would reflect well on any organization. And no, I'm not predicting that he's going to be another J.J. Watt, but I'm not saying that he's not going to be either. That was great. Combine that with the hire of DeMeco Ryans, maybe the most dynamic and promising young head coach out there, things could be looking pretty good for the Texans pretty quickly. Okay, so Matt Ryan says he's not retired as an NFL player, but he's hedging his bet because yesterday he signed a contract with CBS to be a game analyst. Okay, so here's what this means in particular. In the real world, it means that Matt will probably still answer the phone if some team finds itself in a quarterback emergency, but more than likely, we will never see him on the field again. And I kind of feel badly about this. Matt Ryan, at least through his 14 years with the Falcons, was a wonderful NFL quarterback. And it's sad to me that it had to kind of end the way it did last year with the Colts, when frankly he was at times embarrassing himself. But he was a marvelous NFL quarterback, and unfortunately, all any of us remember is 28-3. All I can say is somewhere Danny White is saying, I feel you, man. Matt Ryan was a really good player. Okay, when I grow up, I want to be Josh Allen. Is there anything he can't do? So he's taken batting practice last night in Toronto before the Blue Jays game against the Yankees, and he hits 4 out of the park. Of course, his backup, Matt Barkley, hit 5 out of the park. But still, I think I'd rather be Josh, for sure. So Nuggets and Lakers, game 1 tonight. I'm in on that. The Astros won. They beat the Cubs 6-4. That's good. What's really good is that Alex Bregman hit a 2-run homer to untie that game in the 7th inning. And that's good because Breggs is hitting .212 for the season and .170 in the month of May. Maybe this will jumpstart him. I don't know jack about hockey, but that doesn't mean that I don't respect the game and its players. And I absolutely agree that the hardest thing to do in all of sports is win the Stanley Cup. So congrats to the Stars last night for closing out the Kraken. That is a tough sport. All right, so moving on here. Yes, I am reading the Durham report in full detail. I'm reading every word of it. I will consider its premises. I will consider its conclusions. For now, I will neither celebrate it nor criticize it until I know what the hell I'm talking about. What a concept, right? Nobody waits until they know what the hell they're talking about to flap their gums, except me, of course. And that's pretty much the difference between, say, me and, say, you. But right now, I'm not going to use this for political leverage. I'm not drawing any conclusions here. I'm not going to resort to cheap terms like, say, Bull Durham. I'm willing to consider this. What a concept. Okay, so We got folks that hate education, science, math, medicine, voting, immigrants, facts, truth, Disney, mice, accurate history, and inclusiveness of any kind. And they want to outlaw all of those things. And of course, I'm talking about the self-proclaimed Party of Freedom. None of that makes sense. But deep down, these haters, what they hate mostly is themselves. And I can certainly understand that. So I got a question for you. Is any of this stuff that DeSantis is doing actually legal? Earnest question. If you know the answer, please tell me. Okay, this would be hilarious if it weren't so pitiful. You can always tell when a brand new batch of cultist talking points or terms or labels comes over their fax machine. Obviously, yesterday it was the Biden crime family. Evidence not required. It never is. Okay, time to make a move, Ukraine. You got Putin on the ropes. Put him away. And finally, this is very disturbing. What's this about somebody killing the weekend? Huh? What? Oh, just hell no. Solidarity. We are radically rational.